It's going to be nice to also watch Yuki be able to play serious minutes as Martin gets all the way to the basket for the lay-in, but
that would have broken the internet. Martin driving and finger rolling it in.
There's no Brandon Clark. Then there will be situational times where other guys will be needed as Martin is able to shed the defense and knock down.
Initial deflection, and ultimately the loose ball was tracked down by Daniel Gafford. And Gafford with a nice pass. The big man with the dish to the corner. And drilling the three is Martin. Oh my! Derek Lively denied going for the tomahawk finish, but it's Caleb Martin. The ball falls. Little touch pass there by B. Will, then drive by Marshall. Caleb Martin hits.
Washington and Martin. Martin goes inside. Layup is good. And a timeout call by J.J. Redick. 3 on the 24. Martin inside. The runner. Good soft bounce for Caleb Martin. 4.5 seconds. Martin's going to have to hoist up a three-pointer and nails it.
Wow, he had been 2 for 11. And
here come the Mavericks the other way. Martin forcing the issue, leaves it short, taps it home. And Caleb Martin now does turn it over there. Here comes Martin the other way with a backpedaling Powell to beat to the rim and in.
He gets a piece of it. They have 9 offensive rebounds right now, Dallas.
Martin in the mid-range connects. It's his third bucket.
It's a dream come true. I mean, unfortunately, good pass. Knock it down, Caleb. Unfortunately, it's all the injury that's going on, but it's the next man up mentality.
And here's Martin on the attack in the paint. Yes, sir. Okay, Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
Little defense and Davis operating on the bounce. Nice. Underneath for Caleb Martin, and that's a pretty finish. Davis, of course, to close out. Into the paint, good hand, got it back. Now trying to bulldoze his way to the basket. Strong, like Bull.
Gun to head. Oh, put a body on him. Yeah, he did. Well, Dallas is
insights. How long did it take you to add all that up?
Oh, not long, just 3 or 4 hours. Caleb Martin. No, not really. Caleb Martin.
You know, John Hodgson made a fortune probably coming up with all his metrics and everything. Maybe you should.
Size. Martin. Caleb Martin. Hoop and one. Couldn't imagine when they drafted him. You knew he had hustle. You knew the effort would be there. But man, is he coming along.
Well, the Rockets' biggest lead of the game did not last long as Martin all set up by a defensive play.
And a finish at the rim. How about that?
Craig, were you a little offended when Ryan said the 70s?
Ryan just takes his time.
He's got 10 points. Martin back down.
I wonder what Keldon's shooting percentage in the paint has been after All-Star break. Really high. Oh, boy, that was a flat shot. Just coaxed it over the front of the rim.
Shot clock at 8. One leg. No, but the follow. Martin trapped in the corner by KJ. Dribbles out of it, fades, and hits.
Got to keep him in jail there.
And here's Williams in transition. Martin floating in. Got it to go! Oh!
well, Martin caught some people sleeping under. Sixers here. Good ball movement. Caleb from the corner. And the Sixers take advantage.
Good ball movement, good patience, too.
Just like this, Caleb, tough shot, and Caleb Martin connects.
Just try and translate it to 35 points for the Rockets. And then, as we said, you're the rested team, so play with energy.
Good energy there from Caleb Martin, the turnaround. But a good rebound from Adembona.
Two-handed rebound, that's how you're supposed to go after them.
Caleb off to his left foot.
Not just Adem down there to fight on the glass.
Look at Caleb between the legs, off the window for 2. 6 early tonight for Caleb Martin. And the Wizards
of him make some jump shots, see whether or not he's even capable of it.
There's a good jump shot. It comes from Caleb Martin. 43.5% from 3 on the season. Good drive and kick for Maxey. Caleb Martin answering right back to the Sixers. Drive and kick. Martin, couple of fakes. And from Caleb Martin.
Good pump fake and then a good.
He's out indefinitely. Martin's 3, a line driving in from the corner. tonight, you also shovels it to Martin. Martin veering to the rim, spins it in, plus the foul. A chance for... Here's George kicking, Martin hitting on a three. So the Nets started this game. Martin gonna have to do something. Fades and hits.
And you know what's so crazy about this Philadelphia team when you talk about Gordon and
Martin, a jumper is good. So Caleb Martin from the floor in this game is 5 for over for an 8th time. Martin bangs it in off the window.
And those are the points off turnover.
Embiid sets up Martin. 17 apiece for Embiid and Martin in this first half.
Biggest lead for Golden State as Caleb Martin hits a fadeaway jumper, a tough shot.
Multiple passes here. Shot clock at 2 leads to a tough, difficult shot.
What a great defensive possession, though. That was a prayer of a three-point shot, off balance.
Here come the Sixers. Paul George sitting on 20. Finds Caleb Martin. Got it.
That's a tough one right there. He had the...
Here's on top by 2. Martin, 17-footer, back at you. Got to get some stops. Martin. Oh, that's big boy ball. Caleb Martin. I know he had extra pass out to Caleb Martin. Shot clock down to 3. Trey Lyles with a great contest, Matt. Martin an even better shot.
Double team. Pass to the opposite point. Nearly knocked away by Sharp. Speaks to the corner. And the payoff after all that work. Caleb Martin throws on the off his feet. Now he's got a double team. Still threads a pass inside to Martin. And he converts.
Martin just sat down there.
Bouncing to Paul George. Getting leverage on Avia. Going back door. Curves. Finds Martin coming from the opposite side for the two-hand jam. That's just a veteran play.
Kind of got that bowling ball attitude of running down into the paint. There's a shot up and good. Outside shot by Martin. Caleb Martin, who's good for 37% from on the 3.5-minute mark. It's like a little walk. They're going to count that on the gather. Kevin.
Timer at 3. Martin sees it, lets it fly. Line drive 3, swishes through. It's almost if Porzingis was daring Martin to shoot the 3. He did and drilled it.
Well, he's been shooting it at a 30.
Have come from deep. Reggie Jackson mid-range, no. Soaring in there. Caleb Martin tips it down over Jaylen Brown.
One of those opportunities.
The most threes per game in NBA history this season. 3 ball from the corner, and it's Caleb Martin.
And one thing you'll see there out of Paul George, it's a difference.
In the second half, he had 7 field goals in the first half. Meanwhile, Martin heating up again. He's now 4 of 6. Shot clock at 3. Martin banks it in. Might be Philly's night. 14-point lead. Has the best record at 26-4. Martin again. 6 threes for Caleb Martin. Timeout, Bob.
While and going to be asked to help close the deal here.
Caleb Martin closing the deal on his own. 7 threes in the game.
Yabusele looking for Maxey on the baseline cut. Martin from the corner, and Caleb connects. Good to see Caleb getting a quick start here tonight. Again, just Caleb Martin catch and shoot 3, and Caleb connects. Second 3-pointer for Martin. Good ball movement here. Caleb on the corner 3. And the Spurs call time tonight. The deflection there. Caleb Martin with the hammer.
Gotta get back. Council was incorrect on the floor. Martin works his way inside. How did he get there?
Circus shot.
Lowry was picked in the 06 draft. And wow, great pass. Lays it up there for Caleb Martin. The card here is Martin. Stop and go move down the lane. He'll put it up and in. 2:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. Cavs 122.
Rebound. If you can get some offensive boards, even better.
Caleb, tough shot at the free throw line, and he's fouled. Hesitation, and he hits another tough shot. Second tough 2 for Caleb tonight.
Those streets, he's going to be beloved.
And now we get the ball back, and Caleb Martin taking it coast to coast. 5 nuggets and 2 points.
They play passing lanes. They rotate. They help one another.
Caleb hitting the jump stop, turning and fading away for 2.
Paul George spits it over to Caleb Martin. Man, hadn't hit a shot in the first 3 quarters. Hits a corner 3 here. Paul George. That'll be a goaltend. Ball hit the backboard and then Diabate.
Tony Brothers, our crew chief tonight. Caleb all the way to the cup, couldn't finish, but gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in. Murat Kogut.
Brought to you by the Defy
Wire
Cam. Exactly.
There we go. Caleb Martin off the long. Martin, Jackson, and McCain. The 5 Sixers on the floor. Some confusion here. Caleb Martin for 2. Sixers content to take their time with his 10-point lead. Caleb from the corner connects.
Early this season. Martin, long 2. They gave him a 3. I thought his foot was on the line. They're going to review it though.
4 on the shot clock. Martin, great D by Hero, but Martin making a tough shot.
Wow. He was falling down.
Here's Martin against Hero. Always wants to take it to the rack, and he scores. 2 straight buckets for Caleb Martin.
And Tyler's got to take that.
Paul George, that's his 2nd steal. Martin for 3. Well, Caleb Martin has come back. He's trying to be a home wrecker. Got us more than 4. Martin from the corner. Oh, 2 open for too long. 2nd triple for Caleb. He's got 10 points for Embiid with a shot clock still at 10. Look out, Martin on a baseline take. Well, the explosive abilities of Caleb Martin, who did play 40.
Paul George weaving through. Caleb Martin, a 3-point shot. It's good. It's Martin's first field goal of the game.
Driving kick. Martin all day in the corner. And Caleb makes the Cavs pay.
Allen hesitant to.
Wide of the Celtics, 2nd at just 118. Martin back-to-back from outside the arc.
Caleb Martin.
And those
Sixers with only 4.
Caleb Martin hanging and hitting. So a couple of 3s, although one was ruled a long 2 in the first quarter. Our Delaware G League squad. Martin, the turnaround. What a start to tonight's contest for Caleb Martin. Make it 9 and counting.
I thought he had it over the left shoulder.
Yabu, good ball movement here by the Sixers. Martin, mid-range money for Caleb Martin, who's had a great first half.
Six will take it. At one point, we made 5 to 15, and we thought maybe we'll stray away from the 3 ball. And then he
stuck on 14. Make it 16 for Martin.
Tough shot over the taller Mobley, the defender.
Kane looking tremendous in his first NBA starts. Caleb Martin off the McCain pass, and Martin beats the buzzer for 3.
There's a turnover. Martin with a steal. Martin looks at the clock, drives all the way in and scores.
The extra pass, good action, and Andre Drummond, you know, he was a problem in there.
9 tonight.
Caleb Martin on the drive, and he scores it. Yeah, of the
7-point eyes, everything.
State Farm audio assist from the 2 coaches as the Sixers come out of that timeout. This makes everybody better. Had some monster games in the playoffs last year, and this building is hard. Let's one go by there. Lead getaway Sunday as Caleb Martin scores. 14, 12, and 10 for Hart as Martin scores. Ricky Council on the floor. A dim ball.
George, the driving kick. Caleb Martin connects!
Sixers, after being banged up to begin the season, into the corner, Martin rattles in a 3. That is much needed for Caleb Martin. Lowry dumps it to Martin. Martin given all kinds of space and hits from the paint. In transition here, the Euro, no finish, but Martin there for the follow. And Martin in the corner, he got it. First game this season that Caleb. Comes Paul George, just 7 points tonight, does have 7 assists. Martin, another one. That is maybe the best takeaway tonight for Philadelphia.
I agree. I think, listen, if they end up losing this game, and there's still plenty of time, the six.
Shooting 45% on the season for three. Mark, nice move getting past James Harden, and it's the three, but I don't know what changed. Paul George did go to the bench, and maybe that was it.
That's what changed. I mean, because, look, I watched their game the other night, the first one back with Paul.
Getting the deflection, 3-on-2. Martin gets it back from Maxey. Hangs it, finishes on the other side of the rim.
Good job there by Martin, creating the deflection. Nice. Guys, some guys do get injured more than others, do get hurt. But that's where you rely on your training staff, Dave. You know, you don't try to
rebound because they're playing the right way.
Yeah, you just don't worry about it. You know, all Devin needs is a good look in there. It's fine.
Off the mark from Durant. Leads to another easy transition bucket. And that will get a timeout from Suns coach.
Here's Maxey. He's got Martin to his left. Caleb Martin gets the roll.
Caleb Martin.
Well, just like we've seen the Grizzlies change ends quickly.
Gets the rebound on the miss. Gets another opportunity. Martin for three.
And you see how important rebounding is, right? You get your chance there. Ball just kind of popped up right in front of Toby as Caleb responds with a corner three.
Needed that one, and Martin delivers.
Grabbing his face. That's how you've got to play. You got to play through that stuff.
And now Martin goes inside the other way. Drummond catches.
If he's outside the paint, he won't do anything with it.
And Martin has his second basket.
Factor his group a chance to look at the replay.
And Martin went right by Mavericks.
The pass and threw it away. Oh my goodness.
And now Martin will line up and hit a three.
Lowry made a heck of a pass too. Everybody was going to the basket. He's
beat the Lakers.
Hold on. I got to stop. There wasn't as much on the line.
No, you're right. And it's stripped away. Martin and Philly has the lead.
Length. There's Martin.
Big bucket is a 2. Leads at 8.
He's been quite stuff from Shed tonight. Martin attacking. Still a 2 possession.
Entire league because there's 6'6" guys, 6'3" guys that would be able to do that here.
Martin nails the three-pointer.
Again, both rookie against the Golden State Warriors, the young Golden State Warriors in his first return trip home as Caleb Martin knocks down the little floater.
Maxey, difficult shot, can't get it to fall. Fight for the rebound, Martin. As Oubre and Prince got all entangled.
Caleb Martin gets to the rim.
Martin, nice spin move. Jump shot in the paint. Good looking move there from Caleb Martin. He's got 12 points.